So hello. This is Small Talks Radio. Your host Kenny and Jeremy. What would you like to call yourself today, or how would you like to be addressed?
Today, I think Jeremy's fine.
Just Jeremy, though. Jeremy,
Yeah,
one name wonder. Cool.
that's two
Okay, so
syllables.
yeah, what we're gonna talk about today is kind of setup because this is kind of new for us, and this is a new program that we are using, and um, we do have some difficulties and decisions that we need to make in order to make this a lot better. And so, what's your setup right now, Jeremy?
Right now, my setup is also recording your audio, so I'm gonna have to plug in my headphones. My setup is a webcam that came stock with an Acer laptop, coupled with a Guitar Hero microphone that's been jerry rigged to stand on two binder clips with a rubber band.
Jerry
Nothing less than
rigged
the
as
best.
in Jerry rigs everything type of Jerry rig, or is that another thing?
Yeah, it's ever. Well, I mean the in reference to what? Hang on a second. Switch out your.
Yeah. So there's a. Do you know Jerry rigs everything?
Oh, is that another channel or something?
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's pretty big. I thought that's what you meant by Jerry rig. So I
Oh
guess we're
no,
not on the same topic. Either way, it
that's
works. He makes crazy stuff. So
I think this is probably a good spot for the microphone.
yeah, I can hear you.
Is your background real? Is that a backdrop that you ordered?
Yeah. Actually, I came across a 50% off coupon. So this was like, I guess in US maybe like less than $10.
Wow,
Yeah.
geez,
Yeah.
pretty nice.
The
Does it cut off there, or like could you make it your whole background if you wanted to?
I uh I did that on purpose because no there I think it's around 5 feet, so it's possible to do it to get it to like, but I have to kind of face this way if I want to reject echo because
Oh,
it's
okay, yeah.
so, and then I don't know, maybe, but I didn't I wasn't treating it so much of as a background. It's just to cover up some of the ugly things behind the wall, the
Yeah,
imperfections.
I need to get one of those like windscreens for my microphone because it's one of those dynamic ones, and it's got one built in, but it's not like that amazing. And last time I was recording something that I wanted to sound good, I had this little like knitted experiment that I
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
It was only like maybe an inch by 2 inches, and I was like holding it up to the microphone for every single little
Yeah,
every
yeah,
little
yeah.
recording.
You mentioned that. So actually, I have a. Why don't you use that and then just make a frame around it using like wire or what they call them, uh, pipe cleaners,
I don't know if pipe cleaners would hold it, but yeah, I could probably use
or like
a now
chicken
that I'm thinking
wire or
about it.
something. Like you can use
Who's got
something flexible and yet like something that's flexible or something cheap, and then just make a frame and make sure just not you just need it in front of your mouth, and then
right?
if it's
Yeah,
like
that's the idea. I think I
yeah,
could
yeah,
probably
but
do it on a finger and maybe like a T-shirt or something because you don't need all that much.
no, you don't need much. You just need something, and like anything. So you see the metal grates, metal ones like professionals that use. They're just
Mm.
they're literally cheese grates. They look like cheese grates. They have huge gaping holes, and the only reason like all they're trying to do is deflect some of it, some of the air that's coming out of your mouth. You don't need to block off all of it. So
Right, it's
to
just
get
kind
rid
of
of
absorbing like the hard P's
yeah
and the K's, and basically
yeah
anything where the breath is gonna strike the diaphragm of the microphone. Yeah,
yeah. So even something like a fine like a bug screen, right? Something like that, something with
Mhm.
bigger holes than bug screen, they can eliminate most of that. So, like you said, the little knitted thing that you have, or like a T-shirt, it might be
I was
overkill,
thinking
which is
coding
a good
in a
thing, right?
T. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have something like what do you call it? You can mason jar lids. You know how they have the little open top, and then you can pull that out and just fit a fit a T-shirt in. Like that can work if you want to make something
Yeah, I can
hefty.
get over it.
And you don't need much, like
Then
you
I got
said.
a mason jar light sitting in front of me the whole time. I'm hoping this audio is good. I can't quite tell. It looks like it's just loud enough, so it should sound all right. But I'm thinking that every time I turn my head, it's gonna decrease in volume.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I did. Anyway, yeah. So it's good, but I can't hear you when you turn your head away. So it's just like it almost. It's like a
right,
pad
yeah.
button or a mute. Yeah.
I think I just need to get one like you've got something like that, a simple thing that'll sit. Because the problem is I just don't have anything to hold this here. This is probably where it sounds the nicest.
Yeah,
I could probably
for
hold it,
sure.
but I get sick of
Maybe more
keep.
binder clips. You can like clip them on on itself and make a tripod
I've been
if you
thinking
have
about that.
more.
That's what this one is. Sort of two of them together, but I think at some point the binder clips just have quite the structural integrity that a microphone of weight needs. So
I mean,
well,
they
we'll
do kind of. They
experiment.
do. Don't they remind you kind of what do you call it? Like a gooseneck, a flexible like metal neck. If you put them together, how they kind of clunk together and
Right. Yeah. If I could
because
get
I have done
right.
that to make different things before, like for
Mhm.
temporary solutions.
They've got just the simplicity of their design is asking for weird applications like that. Yeah, I could probably make a little bit more. I'll start running out of binder clips though. I'm surprised that we have as many as I found. These are the biggest
Something.
ones. I
Well,
want to get some like the giant ones because then, of course, at that point, I might as well just buy a mic stand. It's
yeah.
not even, at some point,
Actually,
it's
you
just
can probably
practical.
you can. I'm pretty sure you can like if you go through the used market or thrift stores or pawn shops, you can probably get something maybe $5-10.
Yeah,
At
I
that
mean the
point, it's
lamp.
probably yeah.
There's a lamp. I'm not sure if you can see it from this angle. It's like right there, and it's got that gooseneck. And I mean, I could just hack off the lamp part and then put some kind of grabber
But
onto the
but
other end.
that but you're gonna hack it off and you're gonna lose a lamp. So
Well, yeah, but it's like a $2 lamp. I don't think that one costs any more than a couple of bucks. So it does
okay,
what it's supposed to. I mean, I think the world's going to be okay if it loses a lamp. But again, at some point, I think I could just settle down and
yeah
do it.
you're also recycling it. It's not like it's going to waste.
Yeah, I don't know if you can just get plain like that gooseneck material from like Home Depot or something like that. I've never tried.
I haven't seen it. Usually they're
Yeah,
made with purpose, right? So they're yeah,
it's
because I
already on
think
something.
yeah, they manufacture it for a specific purpose for like lengths and stuff. So it's not like a screw or a threaded rod.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they do that. At least I haven't seen them. Maybe
Here's
you
what I'm
guys are crazy down there, so
is it
you
better
guys
to
are.
make eye contact with the camera or not? Because I feel like when you're watching like the pros, like well, maybe no, that's not true because like Joe Rogan, he's facing his guests, but that feels a little bit different. The problem with the webcam, especially on a laptop, is you're looking like close to the camera, but not quite,
But
and
yeah,
that
yeah, I
seems
see. You're looking down,
awkward.
right? Yeah.
Either down or I could put it to where the like if it was a little bit above something like that. If I was using my phone upside down, or if this thing was in a weird situation, if I'm using three different devices, it's kind of like that
So,
effect where did you ever see like it's just from like 2014 or whatever Les Mis, and at the end, uh, they've got this shot where the character is singing, where he's looking almost directly into the camera, but like just past it, and it's like the most uncomfortable scene in the whole movie because you're kind of making eye contact with them, but not quite. And I feel like I'm having that effect on whoever's watching this ever.
quite possibly. I haven't seen the movie, but I got the gist of it, or at least the scene. Um, so for looking at the camera, it depends. If you're making, it depends on the camera angle, and it depends on what you're trying to achieve with what you're doing. For example, if you have a single person talking to the viewer, for example, like a motivational video or something. If you want that video to, kind of be personal to the other person, it's obviously beneficial to look at the lens and about the camera and talk to them because it to the person that's watching it's more personal. It feels like that person behind the screen is actually talking to them. But for purposes such as talk shows or I guess interviews, people that are watching it, they don't necessarily need to feel that because usually it's a conversation between a host and a co-host or a guest, right? So they already know what's going on. For example, Joe Rogan's podcast, they have multiple angles and that he's not looking at the camera all the time. There's camera shooting him and his
Yeah, I don't know if
subject,
I've ever seen
or
it. Look at the
right,
camera. Yeah, and we're not in conversation with whoever's watching.
right,
In
right.
fact,
So like,
it would be
so
weird if there were two people looking directly at the camera
I mean, we
to
can
have a
do that, but
conversation.
that's like, but then that, but to the audience, it would feel like we're looking at each other, not them, right? They already know that. They know they're not part of the conversation unless or generally they are not, right? Unless you
That's
can you can
noteworthy.
you can bring them in, but
Yeah. So if I
right,
get my setup running, then I'll want to put the so you've got your camera at a pretty high angle. Maybe I'll do that to mine, and then I'll put the streaming the one that I'm chatting on like at closer to eye level, so I'm looking directly at, because that's what it looks like you're looking at. So maybe one of the better principles is if we look like we're looking at each other, not necessarily like put the two right next to each other, make it look like we're face to face, but we're kind of eye level with each other, and then the cameras are just kind of like incidental wherever they are. It doesn't matter all that much.
I'll
I
bring
can
it
set
down.
up that
I'll
next
bring
week.
it so it's closer
Ooh,
to
now
my
we're
face.
a little bit closer, a little bit more intimate.
Eye level, eye level. Yeah, there we go. Is that a little better? I don't know.
I think I like it. bring it down just a little bit more. Rule of thirds. We want to get right on that line. Okay,
Well,
yeah, that's good.
and then I have
Okay, I think I like this.
no.
Yeah.
The way that I'm sitting on my chair, I can't get centered. If I lean, I'll get
Don't be center. That's fine. You've also got this
Yeah,
kind of
doesn't
interesting
matter.
background on this side of you.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, lots to talk. I mean, lots to figure out. Trying to make things better on the cheap. For example, I'm using a $10 backdrop with a $20 mic. That doesn't look $20
No, it
because
looks really nice.
it looks good, but it's $20. So there's lots you can go. You can stretch your dollars for sure, and it won't be the best, but it's good enough. And then a lot of the times, I'm not gonna say it fools people, but it's I think dollars well spent. Because you can always spend thousands and thousands of dollars on audio equipment and lighting equipment and camera equipment, but you don't you don't need to spend that much in order to get like a half decent quality video, sound, and stuff like that. So
And just that little upgrade beats like this little thing that comes with the headphones.
yeah.
Seems like it anyway. Yeah. Also the windscreen. Well, actually, it seems like you probably spent more just on the thing that's holding it up, unless that came with the microphone.
Oh, it came with a microphone. This thing, I think I bought it on eBay for like $5.
Oh, okay.
The pop screen, but
Mhm.
yeah, okay. My budget went to like from $40 to $45 or whatever. But it's on a like a mic stand that I already had, which I got
Oh,
like
you had
10,
the mic
15 years
stand.
ago. But the like this, what do you
Oh,
call it?
you
The
mean like
shock.
it screws into like a standard mic stand, like port or
I think I use adapters, but I already had the adapters. Wait, no, no, it was on 5/8. So yeah, 5/8 10. Yeah, so yeah, the adapters. Yeah, I just unscrewed the what do you call it? Like those clip for mics, and then just pop this one on. Yeah,
Simple
this
as
mic
that.
came on a what do you call it? Like a table mount. Those bendy arms, not bendy arms, but desk mount. Anyway, that has some lights on it, but yeah,
By
I
the way,
use
is
that
that
for another purpose.
omnidirectional? Like if you had two people, well, they have to be really close together. But you could have two people really close together and getting the same audio through that microphone.
Yes, but the polar patterns make it kind of difficult,
Yeah, because
right? Because
it's
it rejects what's behind it. It would, yeah, it's like what do you call, it's like a heart shape that's in front of it, kind of. Yeah, it's I think called, this one's a super cardioid pattern. So it does pick up like little noises. I don't, okay, maybe I can try. Do you hear that?
I can hear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's behind it. But if it's in front of it, it would be a lot lighter.
Yeah, huge difference. Okay, so it is still like directional.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah.
Huh.
The closer you get to it, well, so this mic actually clips a lot. So I would have to
Yeah, I heard a
I
little bit
actually turn it
earlier.
down. Yeah, and then it distorts a lot when I get really close to it and get really deep. So
Yeah, keeping an eye on my audio. It still seems like it's fairly quiet. Well, this will give you something fun to edit. That's for sure.
oh, yeah.
We're gonna
Well,
have
when we get to that, yeah.
Yeah, I got to sort out a mic situation. Get myself a lapel, probably.
You don't like the look of it, but
I
like
don't. I'd rather have a shotgun.
I
But
know,
it's
but
too
a lot of
expensive.
people use it, and it's like the best spend. I mean, I yeah, it doesn't look as nice, but it sounds good, and it doesn't take much to. It would sound a lot better. I think it was the Boya mic that I showed you. The Yeah, I showed you some other ones, but the
Is
other
that the
ones
one that
like
you said definitely don't buy this one at the end
yeah,
of the day?
don't buy that one. Yeah, but it, yeah, I can send you another link if you were to spend like $20.
I got
I
it.
don't know if the prices are inflated right now because of COVID and everyone's trying to go online and get better Zoom videos, so they start buying. People are buying cameras, webcams, and laptops, so they're all un, yeah, supply and demand. Their prices
Yeah.
have inflated. So, oh, I thought you said you might get a shotgun mic instead because
I
that
was
is
debating
a
on
good,
it, but
because it's
ultimately what it comes down to is when school's over and I know I have the money for that kind of an investment, then I'll settle on it. But we'll worry about tuition first.
oh
We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah,
Streaming stuff.
it's not cheap. Is it cheaper to go to, I guess, you're doing your master's, so is it cheaper to pay tuition in Canada or the States? It depends by the school, obviously, but generally, I hear that it's a lot cheaper in Canada. So
Yeah, even down to
I
the
don't.
program. So between the currency exchange, where I'll come in with U.S. dollars, I get a couple more Canadian out of it, and also because it's a Bible degree. Not that many people care about it all that much. The PhDs are probably closer to stand, but the MA program at our at my particular college at McMaster is not crazy popular, and so I'm one of the few, and that means that the price of the program is relatively cheap compared to most MAs of similar caliber. I feel like I'm doing pretty well considering because I'll be able to get out of this one without debt at all. I think something like it.
Yeah, that I can only imagine. I think I have like 30K at least.
Still sitting around. Yeah,
And
that's about what I've
yeah,
got.
just that's just a student debt, not like my car debt or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
just my student debt, I still owe 30K.
Yeah. My undergrad is going to be the
Hopefully,
one
yeah.
I'm paying off.
Did
Yeah.
you did wait? So even your undergrad, did
No,
you use
my
student
undergrad
loans
was
for
the
that or?
expensive. Yeah. Those are the ones that are sitting around, and I went straight from that into my next degree, and so, or at least close to it, and so not much of it has been paid off at all. So
Mm.
that's that's also on the to-do list. Those are the ones that'll follow me around for the next decade or so, or however long it takes to get it.
It depends, right? It depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's different opportunities, and sometimes things work out, and sometimes you make more money, and that definitely helps.
Yeah. These aren't the types of degrees that are interested in, huge flourishing careers though. So I'm
No,
not
well,
haven't really
there's
set it
also
on the radar.
there's corruption, right? Like you can maybe be at like a, what do you call 'em? Bible selling company, and you can skim off the top. I'm just kidding.
That's what you
Yeah,
mean. Oh, corruption is always an option. You can always
yeah,
do incredibly immoral things. There's plenty of ways to make money that way. I have to pay off my Bible undergrad.
right, right.
Cool. We've hit our 15-minute mark.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have said that. You should have just typed it.
Well, did you have any more
Anyways, yeah,
like
that's
stop
it. That's good for the stream today. We talked about it. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it.